Raw is no longer war, Raw is Nitro. Later, WCW Nitro specifically. I'm John Ritlin with my review of WWE Raw, the night after the horror show at Extreme Rules. After a little bit, I will not mention the horror show at Extreme Rules anymore. And this was a messy show. The main event was absolute shit. It was painfully unnecessary. There were certain good things that I will talk about in this review. But the problem is there are certain things they're trying to drag out and string along either for the sake of trolling us or, holy shit, like with the Raw Women's Championship match fallout, they actually somehow made it even worse, which is hard to believe. But I'll get into that here in a little bit. So, recaps of the Eye for an Eye match. Well, Rey Mysterio may be able to have his vision be saved because the optic nerve was not severed. And why the fuck did they do that match? Why? It was fucking stupid. Check out my Extreme Rules review if you would like to hear me fully rant. It's just fucking stupid. And they're treating it so seriously. Look, yes, if somebody, had their eye taken out during a match, Stan Hansen versus Big Van Vader, that was pretty goddamn serious. Popping the eye back in and continuing the match, that was a little bit goddamn scary. And certain injuries are scary. This was a fucking Pokeball eye. Shout out to Piper Valentine for that. But it was shit. It was fucking shit. Anyway, let's talk about Rollins and Murphy being there. The crowd boos. And he blames the fans for what he became and that Rey is out of sight. Aha! I did indeed see what he did there. He went on a rambling rant here, and actually, he made some good points, but then he just got lost and didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And talking about, he's gonna, make Raw his, it's gonna be for the greater good, and here's Aleister Black. He takes out Buddy Murphy, and he will face Rollins tonight. By tonight, I mean the first match. So, okay, Seth Rollins versus Aleister Black in the first match. Good. One thing I want to say. The people that keep banging on the plexiglass. Look, it's cool that they're trying to protect people. One, the plexiglass is actually much more distracting than anything else. It makes it look like it's taking place in a fish tank. And banging on the glass, it's like a hockey match. It's like a hockey game, whatever. It's just exhibition, Stanley Cup final, anything. It's just people banging on the plexiglass. It works in hockey, because hockey, especially playoff hockey, is fucking awesome. This is not so awesome. And it just annoys the piss out of me that they are putting people in there if all they're going to do is bang on the plexiglass. So, how was the goddamn match? It wasn't bad. But there actually was a funny line by Joe at one point where the announcer's table kind of got taken apart. He says, we need to get this announcer's table insured. That was kind of funny. Joe had a lot of good lines tonight. At one point before the break, he had a black mass on Rollins, but then Rollins was near the rope, and Aleister was favoring his hand because earlier he had gone and stupidly hit, I think it was his right hand, but he stupidly hit the ring post. Why the fuck do people keep doing this shit? Just hurl yourself stupidly at, one of the hardest parts of the ring. Not the apron, because that is the hardest part of the ring. But then, he hits Black Mass, but he can't get Rollins because he can't drag him back in. And Murphy interferes, but he doesn't touch him, Murphy doesn't touch him, so it's no DQ. And Black Mass to him, so Murphy's selling that. And then Rollins is targeting the arm. Aleister tries to come back, but he keeps favoring the arm. Eventually gets hit with the stomp, 1, 2, 3, and a beat down afterwards. And they hit the arm into the post, they beat up the hand, the arm, and everything. They just beat it up. So, okay, now what are we going to get? A hand for a hand match? Man, let me tell you right now, if Aleister really needs some kind of surgical procedure, it's going to be a tough hand job for him. And yeah, I'm proud of that one. Maybe Zelina can help, but you know what? Moving on from that. This was fine. It was fine. Rollins targeting various body parts, so I'm not really sure. Maybe he's going to go head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So, MVP, Lashley, Ron Simmons just randomly giving advice. Okay. Was there any explanation why Ron Simmons was there? I like Ron Simmons, but why? Cool. Is he going to lead a new nation of domination? What's going on? Then Truth shows up. Why did he have a fucking pan with him? Why? Why did he have a pan? Did I just totally miss why he had that? Oh, and they're talking. Lashley says, here's a ref. What the hell? Shelton then shows up and kicks Truth and is the new 24/7 champion. Congratulations, Shelton. This is the one singles championship you're going to get during your second run in WWE. It's not the Intercontinental Championship. Means about as much right now, but it'll do. It'll do. You get the Spearman Championship. Oh, well, it is what it is. And see, Over 40 Nation, they are called the Hurt Business. the new Beatdown Clan. Basically, it is the Beatdown Clan from what was TNA and is now Impact Wrestling. The question is, though, MVP talking about the U.S. Championship. Who did he beat for his first U.S. Championship? I don't know. That guy really choked up at the end. Proud of that one. Shouldn't be, but I am. And they're just talking and everything, and suddenly, Cedric and Ricochet, which, by the way, I'm now going to call Ricochet Ricochet, because that's what he is. Chasene, actually, is what it should be. Because until Ricochet apologizes for appearing in that dojo with that fucking idiot chasing Rance, no, he does not deserve any kind of sympathy. Neither does Moose. You don't associate with people like that, you fucking morons. I don't care if they're in wrestling or otherwise. Fucking goddamn hell. Anyway, they're talking everything, and MVP says, well, hey, you don't have a third guy. Just pick two of us and we'll face you. Oh, we do have a third guy. Mustafa Ali's back. Thank fuck. Ali is here to save Raw. He's here to hack into Raw. Please just drop the hacker thing. Just fucking drop it. The Hurt Business is what I'm calling them. Sponsored by Valtrex versus Cedric, Ali, and Ricochet. And maybe that's going to be a little bit hard to say, so you know what? I'll just say Chasene. Ricochet is a hell of a talent, but I can't forgive that shit. Unless there's a really good explanation. And even then. Anyway, moving on. The match was fine. Joe was angry at Byron. Really angry at Byron. He did have one good line, though, and I don't know if it was intentional or Joe just said it, but he says, at this point, Ricochet needs to reevaluate his friendships. Joe knows, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. I can just hear the collective groans from everybody as they hear these jokes. Lashley then takes on 3 men at once, and basically a 450 splash pins MVP. So there we go. The match was fine for what it was. I'm down on Ricochet, as I've said before, but you know what? Hey, we're going to get Ali versus MVP for the U.S. Championship since Apollo is, because he came down with the unfortunate, global pan bastard, I guess is really what I should say, the global, apocalypse. It is unfortunate that that if that's the case, I mean, if he actually is injured, then I hope he is all right. But if it's actually that, I hope he recovers. I know him and his wife have a kid. I think the kid's only a year or two old. So hopefully he's going to be okay, and hopefully family's okay. And once again, hopefully guys, that you are okay, staying safe, staying well, wear your damn mask. I don't care if people have a problem with me saying that. I don't like wearing a mask either, but you know what? I will if it helps. And plus, hey, I have stylish masks. So anyway, Orton then had the promo about friendships and hype for the main event. Then he shook hands with people backstage. And then we get a Big Show package. His career running through, not with the Yeti. Should have included the Yeti. Poor Ron Reese. Bianca interview, interrupted by Peyton. And then Ruby. No Billy. I hope Billy Kay's okay. Okay, if you will. Really stretched for that one. And this is a fine promo. It was what it was. We're getting Peyton versus Ruby. Billy not at ringside. I hope that it's just that she was off TV as precaution and not that she came down with that. It'd be very unfortunate. She did be very unfortunate. Anybody did. But there's hair pulling, mounting, and fisting all in the first minute. Boy, I'm so mature. I really view wrestling as, a great sport, don't I? And we get a riot kick eventually for 3. This match was not given very much time, which is unfortunate. Peyton's very good. Ruby's very good. And then we get Charlie interviewing Garza, Andrade, and Zelina. Zelina at one point says, "Hi, Chucky." Zelina's upset because the Chucky doll is actually taller than her. Can't imagine why Zelina got upset. It's weird, too. Zelina and Montez Ford both blocked me, and I don't even actually know what I said. Though, to be fair, making these jokes, these little comments, can't imagine why. The Street Profits then show up and, attack these two from behind. I guess they're just upset, and they're like, hey, we're going to get the jump on them. And then we get that match. I don't care about the Street Profits as tag team champions. They're talented. Ford's fucking ridiculous. It's a great frog splash for the victory. Angelo Dawkins is very good, and congratulations to him for recently becoming a new dad. Garza and Andrade, they're stretching out this whole breaking up thing. Austin Theory, I don't know where the fuck he is. Of course, if any of that stuff is true about him, then he may not be long for this company. But then Zelina yells at Garza and Andrade backstage. Then they say they have a plan, or Garza says they have a plan. Bayley and Sasha are out there, and they've jumped the fucking shark. They've absolutely jumped the shark with this Bayley Sasha stuff. They're having fun, and you know what? They have been a highlight of Raw and SmackDown, and even NXT, the couple of appearances they've had there. I will not deny that. They jumped the fucking shark with this. If they're going to try to stretch out this thing until they got fans back in the building, I got news for you. With the way some people are being fucking stupid here in this whole area, by this whole area I mean the continental U.S., we ain't getting fans back in WWE events, or AEW events, or Impact, or Ring of Honor, or anything until 2021. They cannot stretch out Bayley and Sasha any further for fear of just breaking the whole goddamn thing. And that's not to say they aren't trying to make it work. But they jumped the shark with this. They pretty much wrecked Asuka's momentum. Because just go with her. I'm sorry, but Sasha holding the championship, I mean, granted, this unofficial title reign is actually one of the better title reigns she's had. It's actually one of the longest ones she's had. And it's unfortunate that Sasha has never held the championship for very long in the main roster when she had an incredible run in NXT. I just don't care about this. I just don't. I'm kind of done hearing about it. Even though they're having fun. Asuka and Kairi are there. Here's Stephanie, who invented women's wrestling in WWE, by the way. Says, oh, hey, it's going to be... Well, Sasha, you didn't win. But Asuka, you didn't win. But nobody won. But Asuka was a champion. And, oh... God, I swear to God, Stephanie, you goddamn stupid bitch. I laughed when those deflated on TV. That was fun. I'm not going to jail. That was funny. Asuka versus Sasha next week. Basically, it's the title can change hands. Whoever walks out as a champion is pinfall, submission, no DQ, countout, and no interference. So basically, what I'm thinking, and shout out to I want to say Jeremy 911, I believe he said this, that watch Bayley run down there and punch Sasha so she becomes Raw Women's Champion. I'm not knocking you. If they give the title to Sasha, just take Asuka and just say, go somewhere else. Because she's had to rehabilitate her character so goddamn much. Sasha doesn't need the championship, the Raw championship at this point. The end story is her and Bayley. And stretching it out to this point is just getting annoying. It's getting really annoying. I have Asuka win. Just have it with no interference. Don't have any of that. Just have Asuka win. Have her face Shayna, because Shayna was backstage during the Bayley-Kairi match. Asuka and Sasha ringside, and she has a vested interest in this match, despite wearing a studded jacket. Shout out to Noah, by the way. And you know what interaction I'm talking about. The match is good. I mean, it's Kairi's either her last match or her second to last match. So they're also taping Raw. They also taped the Raw for next week tonight. So we'll see if maybe they have a write-off thing, maybe they have a tag match, or they have her face Sasha, or they have maybe they have Shayna take out Kairi. That's entirely possible. In fact, actually, that's what I think is going to happen. We're going to get Asuka and Sasha have that main event. And then we're going to get Shayna attacking Asuka afterwards after she takes out Kairi. Why not? And back fist, elbow for 2. Dreaded roll-up, the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll-up for 3. Drew then talks about Dolph trying to dominate and destroy him, but he wouldn't have it. He would not be denied. He would rise up and he would just give it to Dolph in the face and get the victory. Can't imagine why people wonder about me when it comes to wrestling. And then he wants a new opponent. So naturally, here's Dolph. I saw fear and everything. I want another match. Dolph Ziggler has not been interesting. Outside of that record scratch thing, he has not been interesting, I would say, since his teaming with Drew, but especially his singles run when he feuded with The Miz. Dolph he's a joke. And he's a good wrestler, but he's a fucking joke. Drew says, you know what? You make a good point. I'm going to pick the stipulation, and I'll tell you right before the bell rings. One moron in the crowd said, eye for an eye. I want that person slapped. So, Big Show promo. He talks history. Big Show versus Randy Orton unsanctioned match. That's what I gotta fucking say about a match that shouldn't have happened in 2009, shouldn't have happened in 2013, gave me 2013 flashbacks. I'm now going to have to take those thoughts out of my head with a fucking spoon. Remember that feud that Orton and Big Show had in 2013? I'm sorry if you do. It wasn't good. Table spot, chairs, RKOs, another RKO for 3, punt, there you go, that's it. Unnecessary. Oh, and the Viking Raiders and Garza and Andrade ran in because this wasn't WCW, late WCW enough as it was. Yeah, Orton wins. Cool. And then he, lays over a prone Big Show just yelling at him and everything. I told you. And what is it with my commentary? Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.